101 days have passed since my life was turned upside down. We, the citizens of Israel, must begin to digest what happened on that day, on October 7th.
Jerusalem is the holiest city for Jews, Christians, and Muslims. It pulsates with the energy of diverse faiths. You can wander through the ancient alleyways of the Old City, where synagogues, churches, and mosques stand side by side, each whispering stories of centuries past. However, the Israel-Palestine war has led to the exposure of numerous distressing revelations. Jerusalem may appear as a harmonious center of various faiths to outsiders, but in truth, it is rife with conflict and mutual suspicion. This discord stems from profound historical upheavals spanning millennia. What are the factors contributing to this situation? Will Jerusalem be forever altered following the so-called war between Hamas and Israel? What recent events in Israel have deeply affected religious communities worldwide? Stick till the very end of this video to witness the terrifying reason behind the historical strife between all the religions in Israel. The recent events in Israel have deeply impacted religious communities, as the Israel-Hamas war is causing a big rift between them. But was the rift always there, even before the war? Was living in harmony a facade all these years? For the Jewish community, Israel represents a birthright and a homeland to reclaim after years of foreign rule, holding profound significance not only for them, but for the entire world. This reclamation prompts questions about its impact on the Jewish narrative, religious connections in the region, and its global resonance. Jerusalem, the focal point of the modern Israel-Palestine conflict, boasts a complex and captivating history dating back to the early Bronze Age. Captured by King David around 1000 BCE, Jerusalem became the capital of the United Kingdom of Israel and a religious center under Solomon's reign. Subsequently, the city experienced various transitions and conflicts, shaping its role in monumental events over the centuries. Now, did you know that the history of Jerusalem and Palestine after the life of Jesus Christ is marked by invasions, religious transformations, and social upheavals? These political disturbances are what highlight the region's strategic and religious significance. The city played a crucial role in the broader history of the Middle East and the world. Witnessing the rise of Christianity as the dominant religion in the Roman Empire, Islamic conquests, and the Crusades. Despite changing hands and enduring diverse rulers, Jerusalem remains a significant pilgrimage site for three major religions and continues to spark international interest. Approximately 6,000 years ago, ancient communities settled near the Gihon Spring, east of Jerusalem's current Old City walls. The city they established, known as Rusalimim or Urusalimim, meaning dwelling place of Shalim, a Canaanite god, remained a hilltop agricultural area on the fringes of the powerful Egyptian Empire for centuries. Around 3,000 years ago, the Kingdom of Judea, with Jerusalem as its capital, emerged, shaped by the establishment of a centralized government. During this period, the city's inhabitants transitioned into henotheism, formally worshipping one god while retaining belief in multiple deities. The construction of the first great temple marked this era, and Jerusalem became a center for religious pilgrimages and administrative activities, forming the backbone of its economy. In 733 BCE, Jerusalem sought Assyrian assistance against the Kingdom of Israel, leading to its vassal status. The Babylonians later conquered the Assyrians, resulting in the sack of Jerusalem in 597 and 587 BCE. The Second Temple was destroyed, and the city remained desolate for decades. In 538 BCE, King Cyrus II of Persia allowed the exiled Judeans to return to Jerusalem and rebuild their temple. The completion of the Second Temple in 516 BCE re-established Jerusalem as the center of Judean monotheism and the administrative hub of the Persian province of Judea. Alexander the Great's conquest in 334 BCE and subsequent Hellenistic rule saw Jerusalem transforming into a Hellenistic polis. The Maccabean revolt against the Seleucids led to the establishment of an independent Hasmonean kingdom, with Jerusalem as its capital. King Herod's rule from 37 BCE included the grand rebuilding of the Second Temple. After Herod's death, Roman-appointed governors controlled Jerusalem, and it remained a significant pilgrimage site. But then something terrifying happened. In 66 CE, a Jewish revolt against the Romans resulted in the destruction of the Second Temple in 70 CE, and the city's desolation. Emperor Hadrian rebuilt Jerusalem as a pagan city in 35, renaming it Aelia Capitolina. However, Constantine I reinstated it as a Christian holy city in the 4th century, erecting the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. The city witnessed Christian rule, but in the 7th century, Muslim conquest led to the construction of the Dome of the Rock and Al-Aqsa Mosque. Jerusalem endured various rulers, including the Crusaders, Ayyubids, Mamluks, and Ottomans, experiencing periods of growth, decline, and cultural shifts. In 1917, the British captured Jerusalem from the Ottomans, leading to tensions between Jews and Arabs. The city was divided after the 1948 war but was reunified in 1967 during the Six-Day War. Today, Jerusalem remains a thriving city, yet it is divided into areas primarily occupied by Muslims and Christians in the east and Jews in the west, with a separation barrier marking the divide. The city's name, believed to originate from a forgotten Canaanite god, holds diverse interpretations, including City of Peace. But did you know that Islam regards Jerusalem as a city of profound prophetic importance and divine connection too? While not explicitly mentioned in the Quran, Jerusalem is alluded to in various hadiths, actions, and sayings of Prophet Muhammad. It is linked to the destination of the Prophet Muhammad's night journey and ascension, known as the Miraj. Al-Masjid al-Aqsa, referred to as the farthest mosque, is associated with Jerusalem and stands as the third holiest site in Islam. Initially, Jerusalem was the first Qibla, the direction of Muslim prayer, before it was changed to Mecca. The Dome of the Rock, featuring a golden dome, symbolizes Jerusalem's significance in Islam and is believed to be the site from which Prophet Muhammad ascended to heaven. In Judaism, Jerusalem serves as the ancient capital of the Israelite kingdom and the heart of religious life and spiritual longing. Did you know that Jerusalem has been mentioned over 600 times in the Hebrew Bible? This explains why King David declared Jerusalem the capital around 1000 BCE. That's how important it is for them. Solomon constructed the first temple there, believed to house the Ark of the Covenant, establishing Jerusalem as the central place for worship and pilgrimage. The Western Wall, a remnant of the Second Temple, destroyed in 70 CE, holds the utmost significance in Judaism. Jews globally direct their prayers toward Jerusalem, underscoring its intrinsic link to Jewish identity and faith. The aspiration to rebuild the Third Temple is strong among Jews. Since the destruction of the Second Temple in 70 AD, the Temple Mount in Jerusalem has undergone significant changes, posing challenges for reconstruction. Rising temple movements, including the Temple Mount Faithful and the Temple Institute, have contested the Israeli government's prohibition on allowing Jews into the compound, with the aim of reconstructing the Third Jewish Temple in the area. These groups receive funding from members of the Israeli government, despite the government stating its intention to uphold the current status at the site. Tensions have been brewing near Al-Aqsa for years, and these recent events were quite disturbing. For example, on May 5, 2021, Israeli forces raided the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound, injuring numerous Palestinians and arresting dozens. This incident led to a response by Hamas, followed by an 11-day war between Israel and Gaza. Most altercations in the compound have arisen due to Israeli settlers attempting to pray within the compound, directly violating the status quo. Tensions escalated after Israel closed the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound for the first time since 1969, following a deadly gun battle between Palestinian citizens of Israel and Israeli forces. The attack, occurring on July 14, resulted in the deaths of 2 Israeli police officers and 3 Palestinian attackers. Palestinians refused to enter the compound until Israel removed the new measures, viewed as the latest attempt by Israel to exert control and alter the character of the city. Meanwhile, protesters pray again. During Friday prayers in July 2017, thousands of Palestinians gathered to pray in the streets outside Lion's Gate, one of the entrances to the Old City. Tensions flared after peaceful demonstrations were forcefully suppressed by Israeli forces, resulting in hundreds of injuries. So you see, the strife between different religious groups has been going on for quite a long time, and it is evident that it is not going to be easy for Jerusalem in the coming years, as the tensions continue to worsen day by day.